Hello everyone, this is Zacharyson. Welcome to today's Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. And this Nintendo Switch 2 Direct feels a lot different because we are going to be announcing a lot of video games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, and including NES games, PlayStation 2 games, and some brand new Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. And some Nintendo Entertainment System games are getting remastered and coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. And we are so excited about going to be announcing these games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. Before we begin, this Friday is a really big show coming, and that is Nintendo Switch 2 Direct Live 2025. It is a huge event where a lot of games are getting announced at that point. Excuse me, had a bit of sneeze attack there. What I was saying was that this Friday is Nintendo Switch 2 Direct Live 2025, where all kinds of games are getting announced for the Nintendo Switch 2, more new information about the Nintendo Switch 3, and so much more. So, be prepared for this huge show to be happening. Let's count to see how many days this show's gonna happen. Today's Sunday, and we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we got 5 days till the biggest show ever that we have ever created so far this year, ever since the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct on April 2nd, 2025, and the one in September 2025. Here are the first batch of headlines I would like to show you all. Here are some Nintendo Entertainment System games that is getting remastered and coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 as Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Check this out. This is a video game called Nintendo World Championships Nintendo Entertainment System Edition. This is a video game that is getting its very first Nintendo Switch 2 edition, and it's coming exclusively to the Nintendo Switch 2. We are so excited about this coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, and along with these other brand new things that are getting remade as well, and other collectibles. Please check out the next one. But before I show you this next one, the release date for Nintendo World Championships NES Edition is set for early 2026. We know that we have a lot of games coming in the year 2026, so be prepared for more headlines. Check out this next one. This is Mike Tyson Punch-Out! Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. We are so excited that this video game is coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 as the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Some issues in the previous NES game, Mike Tyson Punch-Out!, are getting fixed, and a lot of issues have been fixed for this Nintendo Switch 2 Edition game. The release date is unknown, but I will let you all know when the time has come. So check out the next one.
1+2 Reboot Camp game. In the first campaign, Advance Wars, you'll advise a colorful cast of commanding officers and use their abilities in vibrant turn-based battles. Each commanding officer is now voiced, bringing even more charm to these characters.
You're gonna get hurt!
I see right through your plans.
Another full campaign awaits in Advance Wars 2 Black Hole Rising. More commanding officers and more diverse terrain can be leveraged for additional tactical opportunities, like blasting through pipelines to cross into enemy territory. In both campaigns, you can fast-forward gameplay and reset your turns for a smoother tactical experience. Flex your strategic muscles outside of both campaigns with additional modes. Go for high scores in the War Room. Create and share custom maps in the Design Room. Or battle friends and frenemies in local and online multiplayer.
Since the video game Advance Wars is on the Nintendo Switch, we are going to be deciding to make the Nintendo Switch 2 Remaster Advance Wars. I'm coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 as a remaster. The release date is set for 2026. Be prepared. Check out this next one. This is Metroid Fusion, coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. Metroid Fusion, the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, release date is set for winter 2026. And be prepared. Please check out this next one.
Rated E for everyone.
This was a major headline, and this was Mario Kart Super Circuit, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. We are so excited that Mario Kart Super Circuit is coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. The release date is set for fall 2026. Be prepared for more new information and more new updates coming soon on this video game, coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 as Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Check out the next one. This is Drill Dozer, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, and we are so excited that this is going to be coming really soon at the end of this year. So be prepared for more new information and more new updates coming soon in a month. Please check out the next one. Metroid Zero Mission is getting a Nintendo Switch 2 remaster. We are so excited that Metroid Zero Mission as a Nintendo Switch 2 remaster coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. The release date is set for December 30th, 2025. Be prepared, everybody. Check out the next one. This is Castlevania, Aria of Sorrow. This is a NES game, getting a Nintendo Switch 2 Edition game. We are so excited that this is going to be coming on Christmas Day 2025. It's going to be one heck of a time playing Castlevania, Aria of Sorrow. Please check out this next one. This is a collection of these video games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, and it's getting the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. This is Pokemon, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. 3 video games into one collection is making its way to the Nintendo Switch 2. We are so excited that this is going to be coming soon, and this coming on November 27th, 2025. So the time has come, but we will reveal more new news and more new information and more new updates coming less than a week. This next one will be our last NES game coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. Take a look at this. Welcome to the next segment of the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. These are going to be PlayStation 2 games coming to the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2. And we are so excited going to be announcing these PlayStation 2 games coming to the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2. Here is the first one I am about to show you. Take a look at this. This is Pro Evolution Soccer 2, coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. And as of 120 frames per second, 4K resolution, and much better graphics, since Pro Evolution Soccer 2 is coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, with all of these getting upgraded, we are so excited they're going to be revealing this information in January, early January 2026. Be prepared for that. Check out this next one. This is another sports game coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. This is ESPN NFL Football. This is a video game coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. We are so excited. There is going to be a ESPN NFL Football Direct. Video game Direct. We are so excited that this Direct is going to take place on the first week of January 2026. Be prepared for that. and that will tell you all the release date of this video game as well at the very end. Check out the next one. This is a video game which is called Tony Hawk's Underground. It is a skateboarding game coming to the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2, both of these video game consoles. So on the Nintendo Switch, it's going to be released physical as of early 2026, and digital, in both physical and digital, on the Nintendo Switch 2 on the same first week of January 2026. This next one you may like. Take a look at this. This is NBA Street Volume 2, coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. We are so excited that this video game is coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. The release date has not been announced just yet, but there is going to be a NBA Street Volume 2 Nintendo Direct. The Nintendo Direct of this game, like the full Nintendo Direct of this game, is set to be released soon. Be prepared. Check out the next one. This is another major headline. In the PlayStation 2 games coming to the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2 for this segment. This is Final Fantasy X, which is known as Final Fantasy X, coming both to the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2. But we don't know any information of this just yet. Final Fantasy X has its very own Nintendo Direct coming on the third week of January 2026. Be prepared for that. This next one you may like. Take a look at this. Rayman 2, The Great Escape, is coming soon as a Nintendo Switch 2 edition game. But its very own Nintendo Direct is going to be coming February 2026. Be prepared for that. Check out the next one. This is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. This is going to be a Nintendo Switch 2 edition game. And this is a PlayStation 2 game coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. The release date is going to be set for March 2026. Be prepared for that. This next one you may like. This is going to be a crazy one. Take a look at this. This is a video game which is called Gran Turismo 4, coming both to the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2. This one is going to have its very own Nintendo Direct plus a PlayStation Direct going to be coming. Its very own Nintendo Direct is coming on the first week of November 2025 as of this year. And the PlayStation Direct of it is set to be coming on the first week of December 2025. Be prepared for that. This next one is also a pretty big one. Check this out.
An info box. Ratchet, we could use that.
All right, wise guy. Hey, I thought you were gonna help me. Giant robots attacking.
I am so excited going to be announcing that Ratchet and Clank is becoming a Nintendo Switch 2 edition game, along with major improvements, 120 frames per second and 4K resolution. This video game, Ratchet and Clank Nintendo Switch 2 edition, is going to be coming in the middle of 2026. Be prepared for that. This next one will be our very, very last PlayStation 2 game coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. Take a look at this.
You know, he doesn't exactly look like your governor. If anything, it looks the other way around. What's the story?
The story of how me and the Gov fell in together is an epic tale, full of laughter, thrills and tears. That's right! You're talking to none other than Yangus, the legendary bandit himself.
You're fast, but you won't get away from me this time.
The name's Angelo. I live at Mayella Abbey.
What I meant was the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2. It wasn't just the Nintendo Switch 2. Both coming to the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, let's move on to the final segment of today's Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. This one only has 5 things because we decided to make this short. So, these are Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games. The Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games. We are so excited about these coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 that I am about to announce. So here is the first Nintendo Switch 2 Edition game. You may recognize this. Check this out. This is a video game called Bayonetta 2. This is coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 as Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. As you just saw there at the very end, we changed our logo, Nintendo logo, because we chose to be Bayonetta themed, just because since Bayonetta 2 is becoming a Nintendo Switch 2 Edition game, we decided to do something really special with this. We're going to be releasing the Nintendo Switch 2 Bayonetta bundle. We are so excited about the Bayonetta Nintendo Switch 2 bundle going to be coming. And will cost at a lower price, $10. We are so excited that we're going to be releasing this before the release. And the Bayonetta Nintendo Switch 2 bundle is set to be released summer 2026, and with Bayonetta 2 Nintendo Switch 2 Edition going to be releasing summer 2026 as well. This next one you may recognize as well. Take a look. This is Star Fox 64, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. We are so excited that this is going to be coming. And what you just saw there is a brand new mode. But it is not just a fan-made mode. It's actually really official. And this is the On Foot mode. It's a brand new mode where you can just go on foot, running or walking on each planet, figuring out what is its environment, and scan the planets, defeat enemies and bosses in the On Foot mode. This On Foot mode, official mode, is releasing with Star Fox 64 Nintendo Switch 2 Edition as of Christmas 2026. Be prepared for that. This next one you may recognize as well, and has a beautiful surprise in it with it too. Take a look at this.
In a Hyrule, torn asunder, Zelda's sage wisdom is her greatest power in saving her kingdom. Create echoes, imitations of helpful objects, and felled foes. Traverse vast regions, challenge unknown evils, and use your wits to overcome obstacles in a story all her own.
This is Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. And with this is a Nintendo Switch 2 Hyrulean themed. So, the Nintendo Switch 2 is getting the Legend of Zelda Hyrulean themed video game console, along with The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Both of these are going to be coming out on the same day. And this is set for April 15th, 2026. Releasing these both things will be releasing on the same day as of April 15th, 2026. Check out the next one. This is the first look at Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. We are so excited that this is going to be coming. We are doing play testing for this game as of the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. For now, we like to say no release date for it yet, no Nintendo Direct for it just yet. Let me just say that Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening Nintendo Switch 2 Edition is going to be coming. No release date, no Nintendo Direct for it yet, but we will let you all know. This next one will be our final announcement in today's Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. And this next one is a video game that is going to be in early under development soon. And we are in the process of making this. So take a look at this. Early video game footage of this amazing Nintendo Switch 2 Edition game. And as no release date yet, but all I can say is it is early under development. I'd like to say thank you all for watching Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Nintendo's huge era.